What if I told you there's a way to retire early and still live the life that you've always dreamed of and you deserve? The secret? It's all about having the right plan. I'll tell you one thing of being a financial advisor for 25 years. Financial technology is a game changer. It really allows us to create a plan and show you all the different variables that go into when do you want to retire, how much money you want, and everything else. So here we have Frank and Joanna. You can see they have about $2.3 million in various accounts. And then what we want to do next is kind of take you through their overview. These are the inputs and variables that we use to build out their plan. So you can see Frank is age 60. He's a sales consultant for a tech company. Joanna is a teacher. They both live in Colorado. They were dead set on retiring at age 70 because that's what they felt they needed to work to make sure they had the money to live the life that they truly wanted, right? We use life expectancy at age 100. They're both pretty healthy and they have longevity in their family. So I think it's important that we are always asking the question about health and longevity in your family. And then of course they have 2 children. Here are their financial priorities. You can see they're both in sync with this, so they don't want to run out of money. True retirement planning, just not investment planning, right? Go back and watch some of our episodes to kind of get an understanding of it. But again, it's income planning, tax planning, investment planning, healthcare, long-term care, Medicare planning, and legacy planning. So they really wanted a full-blown plan. So retirement planning, they wanted to make sure they minimize taxes and they wanted to leave a legacy. I mean, they love their kids. They've already paid for them college, bought them a house, bought them a car, all the good stuff. I have kids too, but man, they're getting expensive. So initially they wanted $70,000 at age 70. So we had to model that out for inflation. Expenses outside of their mortgage and traveling and some other things. We're going to go through some more expenses as well. The software defaults to leaving their kids $250,000. Obviously, they're going to leave their kids with a lot more when I take you through the example. So here are their investment accounts. They have a savings account. They both have a joint investment account, what we call a non-qualified account, after-tax account. Frank's been contributing to his 401k for a long time. Joanna's a teacher, so she has a 403b, also has a Roth. They own a primary residence that they still have a mortgage on, and they have a vacation home up in the mountains. So they make a pretty good salary. Frank's still bringing in about $175,000 more or less with bonuses. Joanna's salary has been pretty steady, about $85,000. And then they both do not have a pension. They don't have rental income. So their only defined income source in retirement is Social Security. Our investment philosophy at BAM is a 3-bucket approach. Definitely go back and watch that video because it tells you kind of like how we use these different buckets to grow your money to pay you income. But their only truly defined income source was Social Security. And again, they were dead set on waiting till age 70. So their expenses that they want to maintain in retirement is about $70,000. But again, they're still going to carry a mortgage onto their home. So you see, we can get into our software and get really detailed. So you can see they only have 20 years left on their home. They've got a pretty good interest rate. They have an older home, so they're going to be needing to fix up the bathroom, the kitchen. They want to do some improvements in the garage. So we modeled out about $10,000 for a few years for home improvements, and then additional healthcare expenses, about $8,000. And then they want to travel. So here's where we start having some questions, because I would say about 15 or 20% of the clients that we work with are anywhere between 70 and 85. I wanted to show them, you're going to see this in a minute when we show them kind of their cash flow report. I wanted to show them that based upon what they thought was the ideal way to retire, that they're going to be okay. And this is the power of having a plan. Having a plan gives you the transparency, the facts, the details to show you what is possible. The difference between retiring at 65 and 70, even though it doesn't sound like a lot, those are 5 years of your prime retirement life. You know, the true outcome of our work is maximizing the one thing that money can't buy and the one thing that we all do not have enough of, which is time. And that last stage of your life, we call it the 4th quarter of your life, is so vital. What if we could retire you earlier at 65 or 62? Imagine all the things that you could do. And then savings and contributions. You can see here that they're both been maxing out both of their retirement accounts, getting a match. So they have really good benefits at their current employer. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into their cash flow report. And this is going to be a busy report. I'll kind of walk you through it. I don't want to get too detailed, but just to go over some highlights. So you could see this little green arrow here is when they want to retire. Their income flows, this is all of their work income, both joint work income, and we're modeling their work income to have inflation growth. Then age 70, they want to retire. So obviously their income goes down. Frank is triggering Social Security. Joanna's still working a few more years. And then they're both on Social Security together in 2037. Everything in the red is in what we call an income gap, meaning that when Frank wants to retire based upon Joanna's income, there's still money that they need to pull out from their retirement accounts. So now we're going to go through some examples of making some adjustments to their plan. And again, with our software, we could pretty much build any what we call what if scenario to show you the impact that it has. So this is their Total life portfolio projections, again, if they just want to retire at age 70, leaving around $8.7 million. We use a pretty reasonable rate of return on your investments in retirement, about 5 or 6%. So we're being very, very conservative. Obviously, the one variable, we don't know what's going on in the market. So the first thing I said, well, what if we just retired you at age 62? Well, it actually is possible. Now, the difference between leaving your kids $8.7 million and 2.4 is a $6 million difference. But what's more important, that you retire earlier and live the life of your dreams, live the life that you've always deserved. I think the world has programmed the baby boomer generation, the generation that I serve, to retire at a later age, whether it's 65, 67, or 70. And most people, what you have is a 401k or a 403b or an IRA, and you don't really have a well-written plan. In a BAM advisory group, our planning process, again, the BAM retirement game plan, will show you transparently not only that you can retire when you want to retire, but what about retiring early? What about if we meet in the middle? What if we were to say, let's retire at age 65? The difference between leaving your kids $8.7 million or $4 million, I think your kids are going to be okay, right? Unless they're super bougie. So you go from thinking you have to retire at 70, which how many years do you have of your prime retirement, right? You've already lived 3/4 of your life working. Now it's time to enjoy life. Maybe you love to work. Maybe you love your job. You love your coworkers. You love the community. Maybe you're nervous because you don't have enough hobbies. We see that a lot. What if we were to spend $3,000 more a month in retirement? So now you're still retiring at the time that you want to, but you're spending a lot more. And you can see, again, you're totally fine. Instead of leaving your kids $8.7 million, now it's estimated 5.8. And who knows, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. So the power of planning, the power of technology, especially being a modern day advisor, is we could build all these scenarios with you without a plan, without something like this. You just keep working and you keep saving money. And if the goal isn't to leave your kids with millions of dollars, then it's time to start living the life that you want to now. If you found value in today's episode and you're like, you know what? I don't know when I can retire, how much I can retire with, if I can retire sooner, retire later, spend more, spend less. And you want us to customize a personalized BAM retirement game plan for you. Because remember, all the planning that we do is customized. This isn't cookie cutter. This is all based on specific information that is your information. Click on the link below, schedule a 15-minute call with one of our advisors, and let's take you through our process to see what is possible and how we can get you to retire with the life that you deserve and the one that you truly want. Once again, I'm David Afraimi, co-founder and CEO of BAM Advisory Group. If you want to learn more on how we protect what's priceless, visit our website at www.bamadvisorygroup.com. Go ahead and schedule a no obligation, no cost meeting with one of our advisors. If you've enjoyed watching some of our content in our show, please like and subscribe. Thanks again, and we look forward to talking with you.